2024. Thank God it's Friday, and hope you had a wonderful night rest. And we're grateful to be counted amongst the living this beautiful morning. Thank you so much for always waking up with ABS on a day like this. We thank you for joining us. My name is Nonya Nwokoye. We begin now with the press review. Welcome to the press review. We have come again to look at some of the stories making their headlines on some of our national dailies, and of course, stories trending on ABS website. We've been joined this morning by two gentlemen, Comrade Magnus Ezioku, Public Affairs Analyst, and of course, Chibike Nake, also a Public Affairs Analyst. You're welcome to the studio, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning, Danambra.
All right, let's run. We begin with taking a look at some of the stories making their headlines on ABS website. Anambra State government offers free health insurance to children living with sickle cell anemia. Soludo pays examination fees for Onitsha Custodial Center candidates. Anyoko at 91. Soludo inaugurates Emeka and Bumi Anyoko Foundation Center. Others at Obosi. Yes, I don't know.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
You're thrilled. Begin from there. Let's look at Emeka Anyoko at 91.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And he's looking lively also. When you see him, he looks very fresh here and all that. He doesn't look his age. I think...
He's blessed.
He's blessed. He's blessed.
At 91. And we say, congratulations.
Congratulations to him.
And may he continue to age gracefully.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Soludo, okay, Anambra State government offering free health insurance to children living with sickle cell, and of course, Soludo paying examination fees for Onitsha Custodial Center candidates.
It's a nice one. It's a nice one. Most of this thing is good. It's good for the government to be doing and all that, to encourage education development in our
that means state. People like...
At least he gave them hope that there are still hope.
Yeah.
Being in the correctional center does not isolate them from partaking.
That means they go to school.
Yeah,
that is what it means.
Yeah. So it's a welcome development. Want to appreciate the state government for that good initiative, for giving hope and assuring them that they can still belong to the society and get quality education that they need. So we commend the state government for venturing into that.
All right, let's run the first paper for review. Let's see this Daily Sun newspaper. Let's see stories making their headlines in front of the Daily Sun. Abia TV invasion. 4 policemen face room trial. Right there, CP apologizes for officers' unprofessional conduct. Reps blow hot over 75 billion naira COVID-19 funds. Ask ministry to refund amount. Raise issues over 10 billion naira undeclared money. We also have Army uncovers bunkering sites with 3 million liters crude oil in rivers. IOC's arrest divestment, asset divestment, Nigeria loses nothing, Lokpobiri speaking. Ex-CBN Governor Emefiele gets court's permission to travel outside Abuja as FG raises charges from 6 to 20. Aviation Minister orders relocation of FAN headquarters to Lagos. Supreme Council for Sharia appeals to Tinubu to find end to economic hardship. OT appoint Okonjo Iweala, Samuel Ote, 16 others into Abia economic team. We also have Ibadan explosion, 58 houses affected, reports coming from NEMA. Kalu expresses sadness, urges full-scale investigation. Enugu government arrests 6 over alleged illegal mining. And of course, AFCON Super Eagles beat Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, the full story you get from page 30 of the Daily Sun. And of course, you can see a jubilation in front of the papers. Winning is so
the
sweet.
Super Eagles for that. I have to commend the Super Eagles for that triumphant victory. It shows us that we are coming up. I love that victory.
All right, let's see. The Abia TV invasion. I was watching that video online yesterday, and I thought it was a drama or a skit when the police officers invaded the studio radio station in Umuahia to pick somebody that is on live program. I don't know whether you saw the video.
We didn't see
yes,
that.
yesterday it is trending.
Wow.
The guy was shouting. The guy was the one that made the video. What did he do? Show me your ID card. Thank God the Commissioner of Police has gone to that station to apologize to the leadership of the station, and of course, they said they are going to discipline all the police officers that went.
Yeah, they should do that.
They should do that.
Okay.
Sometimes the Nigerian police force, some of them do their work unprofessional
Overzealous.
Because you can't just go to
They
the
give them
studio
small
and
money
just
and all
harass.
that.
It's a dent to that station.
Yes.
Per se. So the Nigerian police force had to caution their men. If you want to do arrest, if there is something that the person committed, really, you should wait for the person after the program when he steps out, because coming into a state studio,
a live
studio to do such a thing is very embarrassing and should not be condoned.
Nigerian police should also shake the type of people they are bringing on board. Maybe
I think somebody said this thing exactly at either Monday or Tuesday on this same platform when we are talking about recruitment.
Yes.
Yes.
The quality of people they are recruiting should be their problem also. They should consider the type of people who they recruit, because sometimes police in Nigeria, they are something else. When the type of people they select, they recruit is something else. And when they collect small, some of them are going there just because of that small bribe they're collecting. And it's very, very unfortunate. So we need to really sanitize most of this system and all that.
All right.
It's important.
Let's see stories making their headlines in front of the Punch.
Another issue I love in this song is that Akonjuwala appointment and all that. My question, yesterday I was commenting on that. Somebody was asking me.
That's Abia State.
Yes, somebody was asking me, this is recycling again. That does it mean that there are other people that qualified?
Recycling? But I think, is the woman not good?
It's good.
She's good.
She's good, but the point is that, does it mean there are no other people in Abia State that are qualified for those positions than bringing Okonjo-Iweala again, maybe from his high horse as the MFF, IMF.
The person should be, I think the person should be asking what the governor intends to achieve by bringing her. Maybe she may help to train other people around, before.
So maybe there's a reason why the governor had to do that. So the person was quarreling and making noise, saying that it's not necessary that Nigeria should help and grow younger people and all that, develop younger people. I saw reason what he was trying to say anyway, but the truth of the matter is that when somebody has a pedigree, you don't throw him out or her out. Are you following me? Okonjo-Iweala has paid her dues in the area of doing most of these things, and that is why the government has deemed it fit to bring her. So
don't you think that we even need him in the nation as well?
No, in the country we need somebody like
seeing what our economy is currently. Okay, let's see the Punch newspapers now. Let's see stories in front of the Punch. Public outrage grows as kidnapping epidemic worsens. We have riders there. 12 Zamfara varsity students, official, 19 Abuja victims, 4 Akwa Ibom coppers among captives. Tinubu urged to tackle insecurity, food crisis at all costs. Bandits attack to Kaduna villages. And FG plans over $3 trillion for energy transition. Okay, let's take that story of kidnapping because okay, let's look at that story.
It's becoming really unprecedented in Nigerian history. The spate of kidnapping and all that in Nigeria is becoming very, very alarming. I don't know what the government is trying to do to stop all this, because in Nigeria is becoming a den of evil criminality and all that, and it's not giving us a good name and all that, and it's chasing investors out of this country and all that. So the government of the day, led by Senator Tinubu, should really
and to think that he's taking another style, of going to houses to take people from their homes. This is no longer that you're traveling maybe on the road to be captured, or that you're moving with your vehicle.
Even while you are traveling, are you supposed to be captured while you are traveling? That is
the security situation. The security strength of the country is something else.
Yes, it's not really happening.
Okay, one of the riders under that story says Tinubu urged to tackle insecurity, food crisis at all costs. Bandits attack 10 Kaduna villages. Why I want us to look at this is that it's not just one problem that we are faced with at the time. Cost of things are going up every day. And yesterday, there was this story in some of the papers about electricity tariff, increase in electricity tariff. And one begins to ask some questions. At this point in time where from this side, and you're also bringing that one at the same time. I don't know. Where do we see the common man on the streets of Nigeria?
The truth of the matter, the last administration of Buhari messed a lot up in the system of this country. And it's unfortunate that the man that came on board, President Tinubu, had to contend with all of that. And you can't throw it away that the man had to go through a lot of things. But Nigeria should exercise patience. I believe that most of these things will soon come down. I believe that in the nearest future, maybe in the next few months, most of these things will come down. I know that.
Okay.
To me, this banditry and kidnapping of a thing, this insecurity in the country, I see it as a business of the government. To me, as a person, because you can't tell me that they are in a country like this or in a state, that the territory of the state or the country is not known by the government. So all those ungovernable areas that those banditries that they are saying are operating, there should be a serious security operations in that side to capture all those people. But if they are saying that they are not aware, that means it's a business that is need to trade. Because a country or a state, like in a community, the leadership of the community, starting from the PG or the Igwe, are supposed to be aware of their territory and govern the place and secure it for their citizenry. So if the government is saying that the security issue in the country are more than them, that means they are trading with it. They don't want to rise up to the situation.
What do we say about, capturing people and killing them at the same time? Like that young girl that was killed in Abuja.
It's quite appalling.
It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
The other day I saw where the president was making a speech. They were saying about this Nigerian forests and Nigerian hunters and forest security to govern those forest and ungovernable areas in the country. But yeah, those people are being trained or being sponsored by one or two people, because you can't say that some kidnappers are here, you know the place and mentioned it, yet you are saying that they can't be captured. How? As a government. So I don't think that they are serious about the security challenges that we are facing in this country.
All right.
They are.
People like us in Ihala here, we don't usually go home again. It's unfortunate in my place in Ihala. People don't go home again.
Okay. But there's reports, currently. There's a current report about Anambra State or police in Anambra State, going to that area to flush out criminals. I think I saw it yesterday.
Those ones are
day before
stories.
yesterday.
Those are stories.
I was in the police headquarters a few days ago. That should be either Tuesday or thereabout. The CP made a public press briefing. So he gave a report of how they have been able to operate in those ungovernable areas in Anambra State. So they are making some headways and success in capturing and securing that side. But criminality and crime cannot be stopped, but can be minimized or reduced. So they are trying their best in Anambra State to secure those areas.
All right,
but it seems their best is not enough.
Okay, let's see Daily Independent newspaper. Reps ask ministry to refund 75 billion naira COVID-19 funds, with a rider there direct health ministry to return 10 billion naira for vaccine production. Infractions on wholesome practices detected in NIN enrollment. Okay, police block kidnappers, rescue man abducted in Abuja. In Kaduna, army uncovers 14 illegal crude oil reservoirs in rivers. I don't know, this issue of a COVID-19 fund, does it mean what Nigeria, you know that period, Nigerians we are shouting that there is no COVID-19 in Nigeria. Are they trying to prove Nigerians right this time around, by asking them to refund this money? Does it mean nothing actually happened?
Nigeria is a case study anywhere, in every type of criminality and all that. And when you see issues of this sort, you pause and remember that we are still in Nigeria. Anything can happen. 75 billion. It's quite a huge sum of money in this country.
And 10 billion.
And 10 billion.
And we are going in this country.
And we are still crying that there is poverty everywhere and all that. You see, most of these our leaders should tell themselves the truth. But besides, all these billions, they are amassing. They are not going to spend 1,000 years in this life, even with their relatives. If they continue to amass this wealth like this, what is the future like? Are you following me? I don't understand why we must continue to do all of this.
But let's begin to ask these questions as people of Nigeria. Most times we see these headlines. This person should refund this. This person should be penalized.
And by the end of it, nothing is happening.
Yes, and we've not really come to terms to hear that this person actually refunded what he was asked to refund. So these accountability issues, I think, in Nigeria, where do we go from here? The way we are handling some issues on the pages of newspaper.
Everybody want to make billions and billions and billions of money.
Because even most of the refunds, I don't think they are doing it. They're just saying it for saying sake.
No, there's plea bargain. There's plea bargain.
If you want to prove someone, you don't come openly and announce it first before it's why you are on the issue, why treating the issue. Then you narrate the successes or the headways you have made in getting to refund those things or to recover all those things. But saying it as they said it now, they will sweep it under the carpet, because as we know, this is Nigeria. Normally, if the person is not on their side, they will just mention it and threaten the person with it. Then at the end of the day, the person joins them. Like if you can't beat them, you join them. If the person joins them, then the case will be swept under the carpet. That's what is happening in this country, as you can see. Because all these things they're saying is just for making the media, have stories to tell.
That's why I said last time that there was a country. You can't continue in this type of situation, and that is why so many people were clamoring for a change of government and all that. What you see, this system has been corrupt, totally. Nobody will come here and become a saint overnight, because it's a system problem. It's a systematic problem, and you don't know how to tackle it. The problem of Nigeria is really that we need to bring in the foreigners to come and change, overhauling. bring in the foreigners to come and manage this country for us. Maybe that is going to solve the problem.
All right. Now, this another story here: infractions on wholesome practices detected in NIN enrollment, and you as a Nigerian, maybe you have registered and you see the processes, and when you look at the processes, you know, this kind of a thing can actually come out from there, because you go to a particular office, they direct you to somewhere else to do one or two things. You go to somewhere else to pay. You go, you know, Nigeria as a country, I don't know. Maybe could that be the reason why we are seeing this report now? You know, the way the processes or the procedures to get registered in NIN enrollment. Could that be the reason we are seeing this report, as there's a wholesome practices detected in NIN enrollment?
Nigeria is a country of corruption and criminality and everything that have to do with evil and all that. So when you hear most of these stories, you don't have to bother yourself because it is bound to continue to happen. It is a situation. It is a situation that we found ourselves into, and nobody is trying to make any headway to solve the situation. But I believe that one day somebody will come up. Are you following me? To sort most of these things. That is why Mulumba said that Nigeria is becoming a capital of corruption. Are you following me? So a lot of things happen there. People are in offices cutting corners and doing all sorts of things just because that office is porous for them to be doing all those things. And the people you call the security operatives are not doing their work, because if somebody is penalized for doing one bad thing, it will serve as a deterrent to others. Nobody's doing, nobody's doing their own job or stuff like that. And it's a problem. When the security operatives are not doing their job, the people, the civil servants are not doing theirs. That is why the country is going.
See, that is an individual issue, because if you say that Nigeria is corrupt, that means everyone. You are generalizing it. But in this case now, it is in that office now, there are some people that are still disciplined. Like when I did mine, it was just very easy and stuff. Now that means there is a head that doesn't want to head to the process, that want to maneuver or manipulate things. That's why it's like that. Because had it been that things we are going as it was before, you know, so we have to, as Nigerians individually, we have to check ourselves. Because if there is any issue in anywhere, it was caused by someone. And those people around the person will just keep silent or keep quiet. But if those people around the person that is causing that issue rise up to the case and challenge the person, even if he's the boss or anything, one person cannot win the general. So, because if you check it now, the person that is manipulating all those things may be like the new head that wants to make more gains or this from it. So, but if those that are in that office with him before he came, or those that had been there, goes to the person and explain, no, see, this and this is how it is being done, the person will have to rethink. If he doesn't want to rethink, then they have to rise up and report the person or do the needful. So I believe that the issue and the situation we are having in this country is caused by us, the citizens, which makes it look like everything is not working. But
that means to get it right,
to get it right is, yes, individual now.
Everybody must, you know,
must rise up to the situation.
Sometimes I have to start accusing the clergy because there seems they are not doing their job. They are busy in trivialities and all that. They should concentrate in upgrading the moral truth of our people.
Yes. Very important.
It's very, very important, because if people can understand that most of these things they do, that after some time you just die and go away. You understand that building. Imagine.
Ex-CBN boss awarded multi-million naira contract to family members
Imagine.
Hearing begins. Okay. Eagles shock elephant. Adeleke deposes Ikirum, Ire, Igbajo monarchs. Honors for Anyoko at 91. APC rolls out automatic ticket for Ayeda Tiwa. Refund 75 billion COVID-19 cash. House panel tells ministry. Okay. We have Ibadan explosion. 2 more bodies recovered. That means they are dead. South governors unite for region's growth. Obaseki is braced cheer. Okay, these are the stories that I don't know. The banner headline there: federal government charges Emefiele with lying to obtain $6.2 million. At the same time, they granted him bail to travel out from out of Abuja. I don't know if he's free to travel out of the country, but out of Abuja, that's what I heard. Yeah. So what actually is going on?
Emefiele should be ashamed of himself. I don't have any sympathy for him. It's unfortunate that our leaders sometimes are not punished in this country. When you commit some nasty situation things in this country, you go away with it. Emefiele should be dealt with in this country so that it will serve as a deterrent to others.
Only him?
Yes.
Not only him.
These three issues, where are they?
Okay.
No.
Thank you.
No.
We will
start from somewhere.
No. To interest, why is it that some people will do something and go scot-free? Don't you think it is the reason why others are still getting involved in committing
so you use one person.
I want to assure us
I'll become a Senate president.
This Emefiele case will still be swept under the carpet with the way it is going now. Because had it been they don't want to sweep it under the carpet, why would they even allow him to be traveling around when he committed? And we don't have to condole it.
Did you remember the type of hardship we went through those days?
No, what you're saying,
they want to change.
But we are asking this question: why other people will rise tomorrow and do the same thing or even worse things? Do you understand? We've seen cases where people are brought before the Senate to answer questions. Some they fainted, they were taken away. Did you hear anything again after that? And somebody that came to answer later became somebody big in the country. So you think people will not continue to commit such atrocities?
And became a spokesman.
Yes.
But you have an animal farm situation in this. We have animal farm situation in this country now. And animal farm is reality. Are you following me?
Okay, let's move on. Other stories. Let's take one more story from the Nation newspaper. I don't know. Okay. We've talked about Anyoko actually. APC rules out automatic ticket for Ayede Tiwa. Can you talk about that? Automatic ticket means whether you like it or not, we give you a ticket.
Yeah.
It is my turn.
It is my turn.
Why should they rule out, or why should they deny him automatic ticket?
That depends on what their problem is. They are in their constituency or whatever. I don't know what.
Maybe they have had issue with him.
Maybe.
They have had issue with him. But the automatic ticket should not even be a case for any political party. The ticket should always be open for better candidates. Because if you are giving someone automatic ticket, maybe the people does not like the person. Okay. And most of the time, these primaries that some political parties does through the highest bidder should not be. It should be by vote, so that the people will decide who they want to go and contest for them. But if they keep doing this automatic ticket or thing, it will keep bringing. Okay,
I don't know if a director should put back the picture of the Nation newspaper there, so we can actually see the situation of some survivors. Of Ibadan explosion. Okay, they are the ones. The picture in front of that paper speaks of those in hospitals, and from the picture we can see they are recovering. While 2 more bodies were also recovered. And actually, when I saw some of the pictures of the environment where the thing happened, I was saying that this is huge. So somebody actually came up with a video yesterday, and he saw how the expanse, the area the thing happened was. So it affected so many people and so many things. And who knows, more bodies might still be trapped.
Yeah, because NEMA gave their report that 58 households were affected.
Wow.
So yeah,
a lot of buildings. Yeah. A lot of buildings. Okay. All right. We pray that it doesn't. Some similar thing doesn't happen again. You know, because it's. I don't know how somebody would just be lying down, relaxing in this, all of a sudden something like that happens. Okay. The Guardian newspaper is next in our lineup. Let's see stories making their headlines in front of the Guardian. How poor planning, corruption ruin 200 billion naira school feeding initiative in states. Let's take that story. You know, feeding initiative. I don't know whether it happened in this part of the country. But we had the stories over and over again that there is school feeding going on. I don't know whether your children or your cousins or your nephews were part of the
sometimes government will have the program.
Anambra State was involved. I witnessed it in one school beside my house those days. And they
how many schools in Anambra? What's the percentage?
I don't know, but at least the one where I went to, I saw them and they said that the government was feeding them. And I saw the person that was contracted that was cooking the food. Yes, it was my neighbor in the house. So I was asking her. They said that the government contracted them to prepare food for those children. Community Primary School. That's this.
It's a nice initiative, but sometimes they mess it up along the line.
And that's what they're saying here. That's food for education. How poor planning, corruption, ruin 200 billion naira school feeding initiative in states. So it's supposed to be all the states of the federation. You know, but I think some states did not get to participate in it or something like that. So I don't know. Nigeria, we are great people, and most times you see beautiful policies, you know, but at the end of the day, the implementation becomes an issue. Okay, let's see. Other stories. Shell must not go until cleanup is done. Kapa tells federal government. You know, Shetima urges African leaders to ramp up continent's $3.1 trillion GDP. States tighten news on mining as about the explosion death toll now 5. Over 100,000 unarmed Nigerians killed in 8 years, says report. Foreign airlines agencies in fresh push for release of $751 million stock fund. Reps panel orders ministries, refund of COVID-19 funds. I don't know any of the stories you can look at before we move to the next paper. Okay?
Move up to the next paper.
All right, the Vanguard newspaper, let's see. The Vanguard newspaper, impact of fuel subsidy removal, tough on Nigerians. That's coming from the president, Tinubu. Okay. Parents, guardians, students experiencing discomfort insist futures bright. Subsidy removal, naira scarcity, others heightening panic, hardship. Catholic bishops kick against blessing of homosexual same-sex marriages. Expedite action to cushion effects of your hard economic decisions. Sharia Council tells Tinubu, asks President to tackle insecurity headlong. Okay.
I love that story coming from the president because he's the only person that will fix it. Impact of first subsidy removal tough on Nigerians.
Let the poor breathe.
Let the poor breathe. You know, the president is supposed to be managing situations in the country because he's at the helm of affairs. And today he's talking about hard impact of this first subsidy. I think he's in the best position to remedy it because if he understands really that the impact is tough on Nigerians, he should do something. And I love what he did in the last December, because I heard he gave rice and all that to some of the senators and the rep members and all that. Although some of them did not share theirs. It's unfortunate, because I think the man is trying his best to cushion the effect and all that. So I love that statement from him, because he is the only person that can rise up to the occasion and to cushion it. So
all right, for want of time, let's run. Nigerian Tribune is the last paper we are looking at. Let's see stories in front of the Nigerian Tribune before we wrap up. You know, EFCC files 20-count amended charge against Emefiele. Court permits ex-CBN chief to travel outside FCT. Supreme Court to deliver judgment in 13 government cases today. Anyako opens center to promote reading culture research in Anambra as it marks 91st birthday. Achebe Soludo, Oti, Ohaneze, others pay tribute. Nigeria defeats host Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, and other stories, the death toll rises in Ibadan explosion. Death toll rises to 5. And court stops NBC from imposing fines on broadcast stations. 9 killed, several houses burnt as rival militia group clash in Benue. OT appoint Okonjo-Iweala. Okay, we've seen that before. All right, quickly, I don't know whether we'll take Anyoko's story to wrap up the show, because you know, we've congratulated him earlier, but now we are seeing what he's doing at the age of 91 to open a center to encourage reading culture and of course research. You hardly hear about research in this country.
We don't have those culture. We don't maintain it in this country. It's a problem. He's coming from an intellectual point of view and all that. I don't know whether it will be maintained. Because the problem of Nigeria is maintenance culture. That is the problem. Sustenance maintenance culture. Is a nice development if it's coming from him, but the problem is sustaining it. I pray that they will sustain it and people will benefit from it. I want to once more congratulate him on his 91st birthday. May God help him to
continue to age
gracefully and all that.
All right, Nake, quickly before we go.
Okay, the Research Institute is a welcome development, and in the student community, we want to appreciate him for that initiative and also thank him. But as my brother likely said, it is the maintenance and the sustenance issue that we'll have in that center. But if it is sustained, we, the younger generation, will tap from the wealth of knowledge that he has.
Yes.
Because somebody like me that would like to live more than 91 that he is to them, you know.
And you will leave it, your body tells you. Okay,
so I want to thank him for that and congratulate him and wish him a prosperous birthday.
All right, happy birthday to our own Emeka Yoko and Abraham Madu. All right, and that's it on the press review for this morning. We'd like to appreciate you, Comrade Magnus Ezioku and Chimike Nake. Thanks so much for being here. All right, don't go away. We have more on Good Morning Anambra. Do stay.